Good evening. Thank you for joining us on Straight Talk. Our guest is the Undersecretary for Constitutional and Mainland Affairs, Mr. Clement Woo Kim Man. Mr. Woo was a member of the Tai Po District Council from 2016 to 2019 and has been dedicated to community and youth services over the years. He has participated in various government statutory and advisory bodies, including the Family Council and the Basic Law Promotion Steering Committee. He has a background in engineering and has run manufacturing, trade and investment companies locally, on the mainland and abroad. This evening, Mr. Woo is going to talk to us about how improved district administration can build a better community. Welcome, Clement.
Thank you, Eugene, for inviting me to your program.
Right, so we understand that the government has announced the proposals on improving governance at the local level on the May 2nd, and the period of consultation actually ended right on today. It is evident the government is very keen to engage the community, as many viewers would have either see advertisement in the newspapers, television, posters, or even being approached by keen individuals on the street asking for your support. How would you say the community's response, given with all that happened in the last few years, the COVID, the riots, how has the response been from the community in the last 2 weeks?
The government noted the enthusiastic views expressed by the general public during the consultation period, and we are grateful for the support and from the general public and expressed by various sectors of the communities, like the political groups and association of societies, and we also met electrical members to explain to them the proposal and the reform in details, etc. We welcome the views, and we will continue to listen to what the general public say about the proposal.
Right. You know, with Hong Kong people having seen the transformation of our political structure, with the implementation of the patriots administrating Hong Kong and improving our electoral system, the kind of evolution of district council is basically much anticipated. But the consultation has just taken, I would say in a very short period, like a matter of 2 weeks. Is this enough time?
Well, the consultation will be carried on. Although the consultation lasts for only 2 weeks, but there's still a long way to go. We will introduce the bill. It will go to the Legislative Council, and the view expressed by various parties and various sectors in the community, we will continue to come to the government, and we will keep listening to those views.
Yeah, we understand. But some have been quite critical, saying they've been too short a period, giving a sense of people that wanted to rush through the agenda, and rather than really truly consultations. But on the other hand, the government has definitely, as we said earlier, have put a lot of effort in publicizing it. So obviously they want the public to know more about what you just said. So what are your thoughts on this? I'm sure you have your overall plan of you have to go through the electrical bill and be implemented. Is it also a time factor that we're having a short consultation?
Sure, because there is an imminent need to reform the DC. As you know, the District Council will end its term by the end of this year.
Right.
And we are aiming to have the new, or the 7th term District Council starting the 1st of January next year. So if you look at that timetable, we hope to go to the Legislative Council by the end of this month, and to complete the legislature before the recess of the Legislative Council, that is before the summer recess, so that we will be able to hold the election by the end of this year, and the next term and the new term of the District Council will be in place 1st of January next year.
Right. Right, thank you for clarifying it. So basically, the 2 weeks is sort of fit into the sort of master timescale, but the consultation is still continuing.
Oh yes.
Right. The District Council had undergone quite a bit of evolution since they were formed in 1982. At that time, they comprised mainly of appointed members and government officials, but gradually, more and more of the councils are being elected. The new proposals seems to be, to some people, be reversing that direction, because sort of more people are being appointed. seems quite a drastic change. And you can understand why the public will see this, some call a regressive step or setback for democracy. What is the government's response to that?
Well, I think we have to look into what actually happened in the 6th term district council. This is this term. And I can use a chaotic situation, use the word chaotic to describe what happened, especially in the beginning of this term. And many members of the district council interfered with and obstructed the government's administration by deliberately dividing the community, creating confrontation, and had no regards whatsoever of people's livelihood. You see that. We all saw that, especially in the beginning of the term. Some of them even advocated Hong Kong independence.
Even district council?
Oh, yes. They encouraged black-clad violence. They opposed the national security law. We all saw that happen. So, let me cite a few examples. Acts including smearing the police force in the speeches, evicting other district council members who opposed them, detaining government officials who attended the DC meetings, not allowing them to leave the district office conference room, introducing unreasonable and biased terms, when vetting and granting funds, to some of the activities, blatantly funding the propaganda organizations that glorify black-clad violence, abusing public resources by letting their office as polling stations for the so-called primary elections. Some DC chairmen even openly claimed in the meetings that they wanted to seize political power. All these examples show that DCs were completely out of control, and that's why we need to do a reform. These acts not only adversely affected the delivery of district services, but also pose a significant national security risk.
Right. Just now when you cited all those examples, sort of scenes of all that we saw on television just come flashing in my mind. It makes a district council a very political structure.
Oh, yeah, too politicized.
So, is district council supposed to be a part of the political structure?
Well, if you talk about constitutional development, we have the election of the chief executive, the legislative council, and the election committee. According to the Basic Law, Article 97 of the Basic Law, district organizations can be formed as consultative bodies. District council is one kind of district organizations. They are not organs of political power. They can receive the consultation from the government on district administration matters and to deliver district services in culture, in recreation, and in environmental sanitation. So this is the rightful positioning of district council.
Right. So, Clem, so with the reform, you have listed out the rationale, the reason why we have to do a reform. Almost 40% of the seats will be appointed by the chief executive.
Yep.
A similar number will be from the area, crime fighting, and firefighting committees, and only 20% of the seat will be by election as before. So can you tell viewers how this new design will benefit the Hong Kong residents? It might definitely improve district administration. All the things you have said, I'm sure won't happen again. But how can that build a better community, as the local says?
Well, I'm sure the community will benefit from the new reformed district councils. As you mentioned, district councils, if we have a variety of people who can join the district councils by various channels. In the past, you can only elect those who actually run for the elections. But there are many people who love the country, who love Hong Kong, who would like to serve the district and the community wholeheartedly. But they didn't want to join to go for a so-called direct election. But these people who are talented, who are very experienced in the district, who have their own expertise, can be appointed, can be can join the three committees that you just mentioned, the area committees, the district fight crime committees, the district fire safety committees, and through the nomination and the election can join the district council.
What you just said is the same argument that we always had.
Oh yeah.
But I have no doubt about the people that the government will appoint or by election to go in. But how can you ensure the views will be as well reflected by the new DC as compared to the past district council?
Well, in the past district, for example, the 6th district council, as you can see that the district council members directly elected, but are they serving the community wholeheartedly? No. They are just they are just politicizing everything. So would the people in the district, would the residents in the district benefit? No. Your question, you asked me, would the people in the district benefit from the reform of the DC? I would say yes, because they will be served not just those councillors elected or returned by a geographical constituency, but they will be returned by appointment. They will be returned by ex officio, as in the past, the 27,
yes.
The rural committee chairman, and nominated and returned by the district committee constituency.
Right.
So they will be served by people from all walks of life, with talents, with expertise, with experience, with a heart, who would like to serve the country, Hong Kong, and the district.
Right. Clement, let's take a break now,
Okay.
and viewers, stay tuned. We will be right back. Thank you for staying with us. We have been talking with Mr. Clement Wu about the reasons behind the new proposals for improving the district councils and how they can build a better community. We will continue to address some of the questions that have been raised. So, Clement, in the first half, you have reminded us what happened in the beginning of this term at the district council, the chaotic scene that I'm sure many viewers will be like me, having all those flashbacks in their mind. And that you're confident that with the new composition, the views of the people will be reflected.
Yeah.
One of the things I've noticed is, if you look at the number of constituencies in the geographical election side,
Yeah.
has reduced from 452 right down to 44. In the past, it was well over 90% for direct election, now down to just under 20%. So let's look at the pragmatic way. If each member has to cover a large area as compared to before, will this make it really challenging for the residents to be able to find which councillor to approach and how all the little issues can be addressed?
I would like to reiterate that in the current 6th term, there are 479 district council members.
Right.
And after the reform, the next term, we are looking at 470 district council members returned from different channels. So if you look at the numbers, they are more or less the same. And we would like to stress that not only those district council members returned from district council geographical constituency would serve the general public, but all the other district council members would serve the general public together. So we are looking at more or less the same size of district council members. People can actually go to and serve, and they need to serve too. We have introduced a performance monitoring mechanism, just to ensure that all district council members, not just only the directly elected, the so-called geographical constituency, but from the DCC and from the appointed, from the ex-official, they all need to go to the district. They all need to serve the general public, the residents in the district. In investigations, based on this mechanism, investigation may be initiated against DC members whose behaviors do not live up to public expectations. And, the DC members are expected to be more forthcoming, and they need to serve everybody indiscriminately. Unlike in the past or now, some people just serve those who hold the same political views and then disregard the others. They can't do that from now on. So, people can go to many district council members. They are not only their own geographical constituents, not only their own district, but they can go to the whole district, every district council members from all walks of life, from all kinds of professionals, different types of expertise and experience. they are ready to serve you.
Right, Clement. When you're talking about all the district council, I'm sure all the viewers will feel your sort of enthusiasm of yourself and also the government and trying to undo some of the not so good things that has happened in Hong Kong and try to build a Hong Kong better community. But one thing I'm sure many viewers will have their mind, and I'm going to reflect there what they are saying, is in the past, district council are seen to be the sort of the beginner level of the political structure, although it is not should be political structure, should be a consultative body. They always felt that it's been preoccupied by the pro-establishment camps. You were a district council member.
Oh, yes.
And people were saying that the typical 4 words, you have the snake soup, you have the vegetarian meals, you have mooncakes, and also you have the dumplings. What that means is, in order to lure the support from the residents to vote for them, to organize all these meals and making sure everybody are kind of having a good time. Would that still continue?
Well, to me, service to the community, there are many kinds of service. My experience is that the things that you just mentioned is just part of it. Mostly, people come to me when I was the district council members. They are talking about, they're trying to ask me to help them solve their own problems, and their housing problems, their own family issues, and their kids' education issue, legal issues. Sometimes, we ask some voluntary lawyers, to come to give some short-time voluntary service, so that the people can. They come to us for various kinds of things. Those kind of things that they just mentioned is just a very small part of it. And I think that from now on there won't be different kinds. From now on only those who love China, who love Hong Kong, and love the district can join the DC. And apart from that, there won't be any other difference. So I think that the residents in the district, they would find the district council members more helpful and would serve them wholeheartedly, not politicizing everything.
Right. That's something that I'm sure we all look forward to, a more harmonious community. We mentioned earlier, there are 2 areas I'm sure the viewers would like to know more. It's about the appointed members. In the past, through the evolution, appointed members has always been in district council as well. But given of what has happened, and I'm sure people will look forward to the government appointed well-qualified and with high caliber individuals on the district council member as their appointed members. But having district council on kind of the beginning level, I won't use the lowest level in terms of community, how are you confident you'll be able to get good people that you have selected and be accepted appointment?
I'm confident that the government would appoint and the district committee and constituency would return good people, talented people, to serve the district councils, and then they will progress further. As you can see, a lot of appointed members in the past now became legislative councillors and even government officials. There are many. So I'm sure the government will find ways, and the government knows, and the government notice that so and so many people, have been serving the community for so long.
Would you call that the district council will be to assume its advisory role, more or less be sort of be like all the advisory boards and committees that we serve in Hong Kong? Will there be a sort of point similar caliber individuals?
I sincerely hope so. From all walks of life, different kind of people. And in the 3 district committee constituency, and as you can see, there are many different kinds of expertise, many kinds of different people are appointed, principals of schools, and a representative of residents, incorporated owners or owners committees, and then representative of the local district merchants associations, and of course local organizations. They are all from all walks of life, and they know the district well. Many of them have served the district for decades. Of course, some young people too. So the government has ways, to find those, to locate them, to appoint them, and to let them join the district council to serve the community.
Right, Clement, another area that has attracted a lot of discussion within the community is the appointment of so-called the new district council chairman.
Oh, yes.
We used to have a district council chairman and vice chairman, but now it's only left with the chairman, and it's going to be the person is going to be the actual government district officer.
Yes.
To be that position. And many people say if that's the case, the district council will be like a rubber stamp. Basically, the government is going to do whatever they want to do. That's a view someone has expressed. Is that true?
Well, I have to say again that district council, according to Article 97, is a consultative body. Not organs of political power. So if you are saying that, well, it's a rubber stamp, no, of course, because we come to consult district council members. The district council members go to the general public to get their views and deliver district services. So the relationship is like that. And if the district officer, become the chairman of the district council, he or she can actually do a much better job in collaborating and organizing the district service because he knows well. He or she was the chairman of the district council. He is also leading the care teams in the district. There will be 18 district and with many care teams who are actually delivering service to the residents in the district. He or she is also leading the three committees, the area committees, the district fire safety committees, and the district fight crime committees. So he or she will be organizing, the district plans, so that service can be delivered to the people in the district more effectively and efficiently.
Right, I'm going to have a quick question, a quick answer from you. How would you suggest the residents after the new reform best utilize the services of the district council?
Go to the district council members. There will be one around you, certainly.
Right, okay. So I'm afraid that's all the time we have for, and thank you, Clement, for outlining the rationale behind the proposals for district council reform. The consultation will be considered by the Legislative Council during the debate, and we look forward to the finalized version. Thank you, viewers, for tuning in, and we will see you next week.